Hello, everyone. Hope everyone's having a great day. Right now, we have a missing person. A man in New Mexico is missing. His name is Joel Dean Valdez. Let's get to it. Okay, this is his photo, the truck photo, because his truck is missing as well, and the license plate. An article from NBC News. Family searches Santa Fe for answers in case of missing Marine veteran. New Mexico native Joel Deano Valdez was last seen leaving his Silver City job site on September 18th, headed towards his residence in Coyote. His vehicle has not been found. Joel Valdez, affectionately called Dino by anyone who knows him, is a family man, a devoted husband, and father of three. The 36-year-old combat veteran served 2 tours in Afghanistan as a Marine and now works in New Mexico as a lineman responding to emergencies and natural disasters. Thank you for your service. Aw, great picture. On Friday, September 18th, 2025, on his way home from work, he vanished into thin air. It's completely out of character, unlike him, cousin Monique Garcia told Dateline. He's never disappeared. He's never not come home. Monique is Dino's older cousin and has always had a special relationship with him. We grew up very close-knit, tight-knit community and extremely close family. My mom comes from a family of 6 children. Monique used to babysit Dino. Our family grew up like cousins were cousins, but we are almost like siblings, so we always saw each other growing up. Do you have family like that? I do. I've got cousins we grew up with. Let's see. Dino is married to Victoria Valdez, his high school sweetheart. Oh my goodness, she is gorgeous. They've been married for 15 years and share 3 children, 2 sons, ages 14 and 10, and a 4-year-old daughter. He was a very involved father, Monique said. He loved getting them out of the house and doing fun activities outside. Well, Victoria, hon, I hope he is found alive. Dino is beloved by his family and cousins. Growing up, he was a prankster. He liked to be the center of the laughter, but not the center of attention. As an adult, I think there's that jokester in him, but he's just more reserved in general. He's the type of person, if you ask him for help, he'll help you. He'll go the extra mile. He sounds like a great guy, huh? In the small town of Cody, New Mexico, family gatherings center around Dino and Monique's grandparents, who live on a 70-acre ranch. Wow, that's got to be nice. Dino was always helping, Monique said. If my grandfather or his dad asked him for anything, he was always the first one. He was a person of integrity. Monique's last conversation with Dino occurred a couple of weeks before his disappearance over a cup of coffee at their grandparents' home, a regular occurrence for the cousins. Wow, that's great. Everything seemed normal. He was friendly, Monique said. Aw, his 2 kids. Oh my gosh. Really family guy, huh? Before his disappearance, Dino had been working in Silver City, New Mexico on a long-term contract projected to go until December. According to Monique, during the weekdays, he was staying at an Airbnb, and on the weekends, he would head back home to Coyote in northern New Mexico to be with his family. On September 17th, he spoke to his wife over FaceTime. He had talked about the plan for the weekend. They were going to chop wood, and he likes to take his sons fishing and stuff. Okay. On September 18th, Dino left his job site to head home. His boss confirmed that he left the yard around 12 o'clock. Monique told Dateline at 2:30 p.m. he texted his wife saying he was on his way home. At 3:30 p.m., according to Monique, Dino spoke to one of his cousins on the phone. Him and my cousin are really close. Really, really tight best friends, according to Monique. Dino told his cousin he was en route home and the two talked about their weekend plans. Okay, so Monique Dino spoke to one of his cousins on the phone. Okay, gotcha. Then, according to bank statements, he made a normal pit stop in Santa Fe. Okay, what's normal? Okay, then according to bank statements, he made a normal pit stop. Okay. So based on what we're looking at, we suspect that he arrived to Santa Fe around 5:15, 5:30 p.m., Monique said. Dino's card was used at the ATM at 3150 Cerrillos Road. It's the middle of Santa Fe, like the busiest street in Santa Fe, Monique said. It was a normal amount of money that he would usually take out just to have some cash at home. We live remotely. Typically, people from up here like to have a little cash on hand. Dino's next transaction was at the Allsups, Allsups gas station along the same street, 3000 Cyrillus Road. According to Monique, his cousins were able to access video footage of him that confirmed he was at that gas station at 5:40 p.m. on September 18th. He topped off his diesel, Monique said. He drove a diesel truck, so I'm assuming that he topped off and then he was on his way home. Okay. Oh, that's with his cousins. Picture there. From the family's perspective, this is his last known location and the last authorized use of Dino's card. After that, he essentially vanishes into thin air, which is impossible, right? Monique said. Hmm. We know that's not right, correct? We know somewhere, some way, someone saw him. There he is with his kids. Oh my gosh. What a family man, I tell you. According to Monique, Dino had been invited by some friends to drop by for dinner in Espanola, New Mexico on his way home. They weren't confirmed, but he should have been in Espanola at 6:20 p.m., she said. However, Monique says Dino never met up with those friends for dinner. So if we're saying that he was in Santa Fe at 5:45, 6 o'clock, he would have been home 7:30. I'm sorry, the squeaking is my husband playing with Piper. On September 18th at 6:49 p.m., Dino's father, Dean Sr., called him. Just to check in on him, Monique said. He didn't answer, and it went straight to voicemail. Dino's wife was also trying to contact him that evening and was especially worried when she didn't hear from him in the morning. I'm sorry. They kind of had a system where he would text her first thing in the morning, Monique said. Alarm bells were going off when he didn't text her. Dean Sr. called again in the morning when Dino didn't show up for coffee with his grandparents. He hadn't gone, and so I think people were like, "What's going on?" A little bit at first. And then it became extremely worrisome as days passed. That weekend, Dino's card was used 3 more times in Santa Fe, according to Monique. Those transactions have been labeled as unauthorized by the family as they didn't match Dino's habits. At 5:30 a.m. on September 19th, Dino's card was again used at a gas station. It was a very large amount. It wouldn't have filled up his truck. It would have filled up a few vehicles. Monique said, so I think it was alarm bells again, like why would somebody go to a gas station and they had just filled up the night before? 2 other transactions were also suspicious to the family. They happened in quick succession, and so it just was extremely unlikely, Monique said. Okay, I'm going to stop right there for just a second. If you know you're at a gas station in New Mexico and you see two vehicles. Now, one vehicle pulls up, the gas is going, they stop, another vehicle, and you see the same people right there. Either swap cards or they're pumping gas the same time. Okay. Or vice versa. You have two different people, two different cars on different pumps, and they're giving a card to somebody else to use. Okay. Think about that when you're thinking about this case, right? The family had the card shut off at that point. Monique says there were 3 more attempted card uses in Santa Fe during the evening of September 21st at local stores and a fast food restaurant. There is no attempted card activity after 9 p.m. on September 21st. On September 21st, Deano's wife, Victoria, filed a missing person report with the New Mexico State Police. His wife had traveled to Santa Fe to look for him the days before, Monique said. She decided to call state police at that point and make the report. I know. We still have to be positive, right? We have to still stay positive. According to Monique, state police picked up the case and referred it to their investigation bureau. We know they have to be tight-lipped about certain things, Monique said. We assumed that there was some type of foul play, but that's the assumption of the family. There's been no confirmation from the police on that. Dateline reached out to the New Mexico State Police for comment. Sergeant Ricardo Braqueta from the PIO and Media Relations Department replied, confirming that Deano was reported missing on September 21st by his wife. When asked if his office has reviewed the security footage Deano's family says they saw of him at the Allsups in Santa Fe or investigated the transactions made on his card from September 19th through the 21st, Braqueta said that they have requested the videos but have not yet received them. They are still investigating the nature of the card transactions and cannot confirm they are unauthorized. Braqueta, I'm sorry, I'm not sure how to pronounce this name. Braqueta also noted they have not received any of Deano's phone records or access to his social media. On September 22nd, according to Monique, there was an unconfirmed possible sighting of Deano's truck in Albuquerque. It's word of mouth, she said. There's license plate readers along the highway. We don't know exactly where it was located, but we understood it to be going and coming to Santa Fe. Okay. Dateline asked Sergeant Braqueta about the possible truck sighting. We have seen the vehicle on license plate readers, he wrote, but as of today, have not located it. When asked if the department suspects foul play, Braqueta responded, the cause of his disappearance remains under investigation. He did not provide any additional information on the case. While we will share any information that can be made public, we must also uphold our duty to protect the integrity of the case, he wrote. Yeah, so true, right? The search for Deano has been swift and extensive, and it's still ongoing. The police have communicated what they can with the family, but it's really limited, Monique said. So the family organized a search on September 25th, drawing more than 50 participants. We've just had coordinated efforts going out. We've broken up cities and quadrants and assigned different areas for people to search, she said. We don't know what we're doing. We're doing the best we can with what we have, but I'm confident that we will hear some answers. Contact her if you know about searching, please. Okay. Monique and Victoria's two sisters have been handling all logistics and media on behalf of the family. They also have Facebook page, by the way. We're the ones advocating for her and kind of speaking to the public and the community representing the family, Monique said, trying to get the word out and get the help we need. Oh, dear Lord. Deano's disappearance is alarming for the family, who, according to Monique, sees no reason for Deano to have disappeared on his own. Being away from home for a couple of weeks, the first thing most of us would want is a home-cooked meal, to sleep in your bed and hang out with your friends, or your kids, and your friends, I guess. She said, I can't imagine that he would just disappear at his own accord and not communicate with his wife and his parents. Deano is also close with his extended family, another factor in his disappearance being entirely out of character. He had a special relationship with my grandmother, Monique said. I know he would never just leave her to not know where he is, to worry about him. So it's just super concerning. Oh, jeez. The search for Deano remains active, and any piece of information is helpful and important to the family. We would love to just get the word out, Monique said, because we just want him home, whatever that looks like. So, guys, this is his picture. Deano is 36 years old, 5'11", weighs 170 pounds, with brown hair and eyes. He typically wears plain jeans, a t-shirt, and work boots. He is possibly wearing a two-tone cap, black mesh in the back and tan in the front with brown writing. Deano drives a 2015 Chevy Silverado. The New Mexico license plate is 248 THP. 248 THP. His vehicle has not been located. If you have any information, please contact the New Mexico State Police at 505-841-9256. That's 505-841-9256. So there you go, guys. Let's bring him home to his family, right? And hopefully he's okay. Let's just keep wishful thinking, right? Just keep the hope. Prayers to his family, right? Prayers to his family. Oh, Viper. Okay. So we've come to that segment of our podcast at Angela Piper's Mom Podcast. Could it have been me? So have you been looking, listening, watching this podcast today? Seeing, unfortunately, about this guy that is missing in New Mexico. Has something occurred to you that maybe you thought, wow, that could have been me? Please let me know what your story is. That's Angela Piper's Mom at gmail.com. So what you doing upstairs? Mommy's doing the bike and you're upstairs? Yeah? Yeah? What you been barking about? Are the dogs outside? Yeah. Are you gonna eat your food? Your food's downstairs. You gonna go downstairs and see the doggies? You were barking at the doggies earlier. Yeah, outside? The doggies outside? Yeah? Mm-hmm. What you whining about? You want to play? Do you want to play? Do you want to play? I know that's what you want.